You said we met at the exact right moment, a perfect stitch in the fabric of the night. You traced the air between our hands like it was something woven tight. You smiled as if the universe had whispered both our names in the same breath, and I felt the pull, a gentle thread wrapped softly around my chest. You said every step that led us here was written long before we knew. You said fate ties certain souls with threads that always pull them through. Your voice was warm enough to make destiny feel true. Tie your heart to mine tonight. Let the red thread hold us tight. You call this chance, you call this right, but fate becomes a tether when it's pulled too slight. You call this being chosen, you call this being seen, but destiny turns violent in red thread logic. Every coincidence like it was scripture, a holy sign. You said the way I breathe your name proved the universe aligned. You touched my wrist and whispered softly, feel that, it's the thread. And I felt something tighten in the space between what you meant and what you said. Every choice I made you called a prophecy. Every doubt I voiced you called a test. You said fate doesn't ask permission, it simply knows what's best. Tie your heart to mine tonight. Let the red thread hold us tight. You call this chance, you call this right, but fate becomes a tether when it's pulled too slight. You call this being chosen, call this being seen, but destiny turns violent in red thread logic. You whispered, what if I walk away, and the air went still around your fear. I touched your hand with a softness that felt wrong and said, you won't, you can't, the thread won't let you. My voice stayed calm, my smile stayed warm, but the truth finally tightened. If fate ties us, fate can choke us, and I'll pull if you disappear. Tie your heart to mine tonight. Let the red thread hold us tight. You call this chance, you call this right, but fate becomes a tether when it's pulled too slight. You call this being chosen, you call this being seen, but destiny turns violent in red thread logic. And when you tremble under the weight of what I mean, I'll whisper, don't fight it. Threads break only when they're pulled too clean. A prophecy